Hey there, my name is Dmitry Petrov and I'm a full stack developer. Today I'm actually quite excited to show you a short demo of how you can create a Node.js app from scratch and deploy it continuously on Heroku in just a few minutes time with not too much of a hassle. Now we're going to follow the official documentation of Heroku. And we're going to start with the prerequisites, which I've already set up on my machine. You need Node.js and you need to have the Node package manager installed. You also need the Heroku CLI installed and a Heroku account setup already. Keep in mind, for the Heroku account, I have it here actually. I still have no apps. We're going to add one very soon. In order to verify it and use the free service of deploying your apps, you might need to have to specify your credit card details. Just keep in mind. Now, what's left to be done is to create an existing Node.js app and push it to Heroku. And in order to do that, I have here an empty folder. I'm going to open Visual Studio Code IDE here. And the easiest way to start a Node app from scratch is to use the Node package manager. And I'm going to say npm start.y. .y means that we're going to use the default settings. Let's see what happened here. Oh, I said npm start. Of course, it's npm init y. Okay, cool. We have this one here. We need to add one more script here, which is going to be start. And this will be the starting point of our app. So this is going to be used both for localhost purposes, but also when we deploy it to Heroku, so Heroku knows which is the starting point of our server. And we're going to create now this file. And it's actually quite easy to create a server, basic server, using Node.js, even without frameworks. So you just need to require HTTP here. Then we also need to define our server, which is going to be defined by http.createServer, and we can pass a handler function here. Let's create that function very quickly here. It will take the request and the response. And so let's say that if the request URL is actually just slash, let's write to our client, welcome to the server site. Okay, great. And we also need to end this request here. Okay, cool. And now what's left to be done, we're almost done actually with our server, is we need to say server listen to port. And we're going to specify here some port that we want to use, for example 5000. And now when you try it out, let's say npm start, and we go and navigate to localhost 5000, we see that it's working, which is great. So we have now our app working locally. Now let's actually see how we can deploy it to Heroku. Now, one other prerequisite that we need to deploy to Heroku is that we need to have already a Git repository. So I'm going to create a Git repository with our initial branch main. Already have that. And now the next thing that I need to do is log into Heroku via the CLI. Okay, I have here now a URL that I need to open. And let's see, yeah, I logged in, which is great. I'm logged in. And now I need to create an app. This app is going to come here. Let's do that right now. So Heroku create is going to create our app. And if we don't specify a name by ourselves, it's going to use some funny name here, which is cool. And if I now refresh here, I have an instance of app here created. Now we still don't have our contents here deployed, and in order to do that, I basically need to stage all the changes. Add a commit, for example, create basic server with Node, and and I can commit that. And now I need to say git push to Heroku, to the Heroku Git repository, and then main. And now what happens is that we pushed our contents, they're being built and deployed actually right now. If I go to this app that we have created here, and I can open the app, I can try to open the app, and I can view the logs as well. If there are some problems, I can see it here. So it's loading right now, but I'm going to tell you that it's actually not going to work quite yet. And this is because we need one more thing. We're going to look into the logs and see what the problem is going to be, but it's actually the port. Because every time we might have a different port that the instance inside Heroku is being run at, and we need to assign our port here dynamically. So we need to say here, for example, that if you want to use locally our app, we're going to use 5000, okay, of course, but otherwise, let's assign the port dynamically. And this is how we can actually access the dynamic port that is being used. It's actually process that is being used during inside Heroku. And so we now made our change, and I'm going to commit it in a second. But something that I want to show is that indeed we actually have an application error. We still haven't deployed our app successfully. And now let's add this fix with the port. And let's say fix port issue. Let's commit the change, and again let's push it to Heroku main. And now once again, the app is going to be built again and is going to be deployed. And so this is how easy it is. That's all. Basically, every time you make changes, you just need to commit your changes and push them, and the app is going to be deployed over again. Now let's see what happened. We're again looking at the logs, and we see that the state of our app changed from starting to up, and now if I refresh, I should see that my app is there. And that's it basically. That's all I wanted to show you. Hopefully this was useful for you, and yeah, if you have any questions, please let us know in the comments, and I wish you a fine day.